Right. So you mentioned prior that you drove through Santa Monica. So I was on a panel with Kevin Harrington and we did a fireside chat to this group of people. And in the front was entrepreneurs and in the back was accredited investors. And the entrepreneurs had to pitch those investors, their company and their services and themselves, basically. So it's like a mini Shark Tank type of deal, but it was a pitch off. And then afterwards, Kevin and I sat on these two chairs in front of those people, and then the host would ask us questions. And the host said, Ray, you've been a client of Kevin, and he's a mentor, men, you're a mentee of his. What would you tell the people? And I said, you think that those people in the back are going to write your company a check. I said, the check is going to be made out to your company, but they're really investing in you. And they want to know what's going to happen during those dark days because they all know that your business is going to have some pretty dark days. And because every business does. And are you going to cut and run and leave them hanging? Or are you going to struggle through? And then when you run out of money, are you going to have the courage to go back to them and tell them, well, this is what happened. This is what went wrong. And I need another influx of cash in order to save this company and keep going. I said, because that's where courage really comes from. Because we don't, as business owners, we never want to discuss our failures. I said, but you need to. And afterwards, one of the guys came up to me and he said, you're the first person to ever talk real. And I said, I think it's very important that somebody does talk real to you because you're going to take money from somebody and they know that it's going to be rough because all business is rough. And are you going to be honest with them? And that kid was the one that won the prize for the investment. And it was really cool.
Really? Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that the founder lifestyle is overhyped, right? Where people think, oh, it's just, it's a beautiful lifestyle. You're going to get rich pretty quick, blah, 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 right? Which some do, right? When you have success, then, that could happen. But nobody talks about the level of integrity that you need to have is much higher than I think any other role.
Yeah, and talk about your failures because you see the rich and famous, you see the private jet and the cars, but you don't see the sleepless nights because that's not on video. You don't see the bounce checks, the bounce payroll.